You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Ken Rosenthal, one of the premier news breakers in MLB, dropped by the MLB network. Not fired, because his contract was up. First, I was thinking he was probably fired. Not fired. They dropped him. Why? Because he came hard at Rob Manfred, and Rob Manfred has been a punching bag the last couple of years. But this kind of goes back to 2020 with that whole labor negotiation thing. Guess who owns the MLB network? That'd be MLB.
MLB, yeah.
Who is the commissioner of MLB?
Rob Manfred.
Rob Manfred. So
Stacey Abrams.
It might as well be Stacey Abrams.
Brandon.
Yeah. It might as well be Stacey Abrams. But man, Rob Manfred, man, has been a disaster for MLB. But right here, Ken Rosenthal out at MLB Network due to previous criticism of Rob Manfred. Thank God that we actually work for ourselves, Rose, because if we had a job, man, we probably wouldn't have one, because we'll be coming down hard on a lot of these commissioners. But MLB Network has cut ties with insider Ken Rosenthal that is believed to be the end result of acrimony that peaked in the summer of 2020 after Rosenthal criticized Commissioner Rob Manfred, the Post has learned. Rosenthal, a top newsbreaker, was first kept off the air for around 3 months, according to sources, after he wrote columns in 2020 with the season in jeopardy due to the pandemic, analyzing Manfred's handling of the situation for The Athletic. I didn't even realize he was gone for 3 months, man. They just kicked him to the curb.
I didn't either.
Now, there was no stated suspension at the time, and it went publicly unnoticed. Rosenthal was still paid, but was put in a months-long penalty box. He did return for the trade deadline, which was a push. Let me get that ad out the way. Was pushed to August 31st that season due to the Wuhan virus. Since then, Rosenthal has been regularly on MLBN, including as late as prior to Christmas on MLB Tonight, one of the network's signature shows. His contract was up at the end of last year. That's why we're saying he was not fired. But I guess you can technically call it that. I mean, a guy like Ken Rosenthal, you just drop him?
Yeah, isn't Rosenthal like the
Adam Schefter of
the Adrian Wojnarowski, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport of MLB, kind of?
Yeah, it's him.
Why would you do that? Why would you let that kind of a guy go? The guy that's going to give you the tweet out about so and so getting signed by the whoever's 30 minutes before anybody else. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
He's
crazy.
The guy, man. Rosenthal 59 remains at Fox Sports, where he is a fixture on his weekly coverage and is a dugout reporter for his top games, including World Series. He also will continue at The Athletic. So he's not going to be hurting. He's going to be well taken care of. He has multiple jobs. Rosenthal declined to comment. MLB has been changing its lineup over the past year. It previously let go of longtime personalities, including Chris Rhodes and Eric Burns. And this is what MLB said here. Of course, they're not going to tell you that is because he slammed Rob Manfred.
Right.
But they said this, quote, as MLB Network continues to look at fresh ways to bring baseball to our viewers, there is a natural turnover in our talent roster that takes place each year. An MLB spokesperson told the Post. Ken played a significant part of MLB Network over the past 13 years. Let that sink in right there.
Hey, we have a talent rollover every year. The next sentence, he's been a significant part of the MLB Network for 13 mother effing years. but there's a turnover every year. Okay.
They
It's got
just shot
nothing to do with
themselves in the
fact-
foot.
Nothing to do with the fact that he slammed the boss. Let's keep it real. He slammed the boss. So much for credibility. Impartial reporting, Yeah.
Yeah.
This,
And if you
God.
guys want to get into what actually Ken Rosenthal said, I believe I had it pulled up. Oh, here it is. This is what he said here. I'm going to pull this up. This is what got him in hot water with MLB. He said, Manfred and the owners need to figure it out, and quickly. Most owners will be in the game longer than most players, enabling them to eventually recoup their losses from 2020, then profit from their franchise's resale values. Manfred, meanwhile, is supposed to be the adult in the room, a leader with a sense of the game's place in our society, the caretaker of the sport. If he blows this, it will define him. That should be enough incentive for him to strike a deal, period. Wow.
That was it. That was
I
it.
believe there's more than that.
I mean, not being able to strike a deal when you're a commissioner.
This is just one part of it, but he wrote several things.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote several things on him, but that's just the one I had pulled up there.
Well, there are certain things that happen during a commissioner's tenure that defines their legacy. Bud Selig's got things attached to his legacy. We all know. That's part of the job. That's why they get paid so much money. Man, it makes MLB look really bad. Okay. You got to have voices on your staff that aren't echo chambers. You've got to be able to have some freedom to go in a different direction and to be able to call somebody out, even if it's the boss. The man has been a journalist for how long? He's been a reporter for how long? Man. This is what he does. Okay. And he's proven that he's been one of the top 2 or 3 or 4 best at it for the last probably 15 years. That makes him look incredibly bad. Incredibly bad. We had a great comment, by the way, in the chat a minute ago. Bill Meehan, I hope I said your name right. If Stacey Abrams was the commissioner of the MLB, the all-star vote counting would stop at midnight, and there would be millions of votes for woke players that would pour in at 3 a.m.
That is
so good.
One. That's a
so
good one.
Good.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.